make your own, do-it-yourself carved wood sea turtle. Now, this sea turtle was carved out of a regular stock, 1x10 pine, which I got down at the local Home Depot. It's a pretty easy project. I started out just outlining or cutting out the outline of the sea turtle with a jigsaw. And there's going to be two parts of this. We're going to use two separate pieces of wood. The top piece is just the shell and head. The bottom piece is the complete outline of the sea turtle. And later on, these pieces are going to get glued together. You want to shape that top shell prior to gluing. I used a disc grinder with a 60 grit flap sanding wheel. This removes the material very quickly. Just be a little careful with your fingers. Then I used an oscillating sander. I started with an 80 grit and then I went to a 120 grit just to smooth out the shell. And you want to do this before you glue the two halves together. It just makes it a lot easier. For the bottom half, you want to make sure that you keep the flat of the shell and the flat of the head, intact because those are gluing surfaces. But the details that you're going to add onto all of the flippers, I just did with the edge of the disc grinder, that same 60 grit flap sanding wheel. If you wanted to, you could also do this with a Dremel grinder. There's a variety of different bits available. I just find that the angle grinder is a lot faster and a lot easier to work with. Once you have the texture on all of the flippers, it's time basically to glue the two halves together. I'm just using a good quality wood glue. That top shell is slightly larger in diameter than the bottom. I just put some wood glue on both halves. I use a scrap brush or a throwaway brush just to spread out the glue. And then I'm going to clamp both halves together. In part 2, we're going to show you how to finish this off into the finished product. By all means, please follow and give a like to the video if you enjoyed it and you want to see part 2. Check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. I've got a whole bunch of do-it-yourself nautical and coastal related projects on there. Thank you very much for watching.